Join us, I'm Jeff Vaughn.
And I'm Lena Wynn. The race for California is heating up with new attacks and new controversies ahead of next week's primary. Both
Democratic candidates and the sole Republican contender are trying to avoid tripping themselves up. KCAL 9 political reporter Bryan joins us now with more on the increasingly high stakes as those candidates compete for California's big delegate prize, which is less than a week away.
Absolutely, and we've got parallel campaigns going on at the same time, barnstorming across the state. This is great stuff. Donald Trump's shoot-from-the-hip style of presidential campaigning has clearly been a smash success so far. Trump has never been one to mince words, but now some of his comments are facing closer scrutiny. That could impact the campaign.
Reading, oh, we love Reading. Thank you very much, everybody. I think it's 104 degrees. Is everybody okay?
On a sweltering day in Reading, Donald Trump rallied his Northern California supporters and, as is often the case, refers to them in racial or ethnic terms.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
The comment might not have raised eyebrows, except Trump is currently engulfed in controversy over his claim that the judge presiding over the Trump University fraud lawsuit has a conflict of interest because he's Mexican and should be removed from the case because he's a hater, as he told CNN's Jake Tapper in an interview.
This judge is giving us unfair rulings. Now I say why. Well, I'm building a wall, okay? And it's a wall between Mexico, not another country.
But he's not from Mexico.
In my opinion,
he's from Indiana.
He is his Mexican heritage.
That kind of talk is raising concerns even among some Republicans who fear Trump is driving away Latino voters, like House Speaker Paul Ryan, who just endorsed Trump for president this week.
Look, the comment about the judge the other day just was out of left field from my mind. It's reasoning I don't relate to. I completely disagree with the thinking behind that.
But Trump saved his toughest criticism for Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, telling CBS News political director John Dickerson on Face the Nation if he's elected, he'd ask his attorney general to investigate possible criminal charges against Clinton for allegedly mishandling classified information as Secretary of State.
She is guilty of the server. She is guilty of, you look at confidential information. I mean, all of the information that probably has gotten out all over the world. And then, you know what, she's also guilty of stupidity and bad judgment.
But that's not, if that were criminal, we'd all be in jail.
No, I'm not even saying that part is criminal, but she's certainly guilty of that.
In her CNN interview, Clinton said Trump's bluster can't hide the fact that she's more qualified to be president.
I'm happy to put my record up against his comments, his rants, and his outright lies anytime.
And when asked about the rising tide of violence inside and outside of presidential rallies, Clinton charged Trump's inflammatory rhetoric is contributing to the problem.
He set a very bad example. He created an environment in which it seemed to be acceptable for someone running for president to be inciting violence, to be encouraging his supporters. Now we're seeing people who are against him responding in kind. It should all stop.
Thousands of supporters came out to see Bernie Sanders in Fairfield, where the temperature was 100 degrees. Sanders is going all in on the Democratic California primary, which the polls say looks like a dead heat.
It is not America when you have billionaires being able to buy elections. Democracy is one person, one vote, not wealthy people putting hundreds of millions of dollars to elect candidates who represent the wealthy and the powerful.
Now, Hillary Clinton got a big endorsement today from the LA Times. The paper says Clinton is the better candidate to take on Donald Trump in the fall campaign. But it also praised Bernie Sanders for raising important issues in the campaign that could otherwise have been ignored. I think that's called cold comfort, right?
You know, Dave, I want to point out, it seems that Hillary Clinton, of course, wants an exclamation point on this California primary. But right now it seems like it's a question mark, and it's possibly because she's running two campaigns, one against Sanders and one against Trump.
That's
so
right.
That's a lot of pressure, don't you think?
It's a tremendous amount of pressure. I mean, just campaigning in one race is plenty of pressure. She's definitely feeling some heat because the bipolar campaign adds one layer of pressure on top of another. That's somewhat mitigated by the fact that it would be almost impossible now for her to lose the Democratic nomination. But the bigger danger is she'll win the nomination Tuesday night and lose the biggest, arguably most important and highest profile Democratic state in the country, California. And Bernie Sanders has already said if he wins the state, he'll bring the battle to the convention. Not exactly the perfect scenario for Clinton, and that's why she's here this weekend, and so is Bill Clinton, barnstorming across the state. And then there's the general election campaign with Donald Trump, which clearly is already full speed ahead, Lena.
All right, Dave, thank you.